Heads up, this podcast contains nerdy debates, spicy takes, and language that may not be suitable for all ages or all species. Opinions are our own and facts are optional. Proceed with caution and snacks.
I'll just go like my favorite
Yeah.
movies. That to do with school, high school, college, elementary, middle, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think my favorite of all time is Ferris Bueller, and
Nice.
we already talked all about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always give flowers to Ferris Bueller.
Mm-hmm.
My after that, I don't know. I just there's a few I really love. There's one called Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. I guess an indie hidden gem.
Yeah.
Um, Based off a book. I think I read the book right after I watched the movie. I think
Mm-hmm.
I had the book before I watched the movie, but I didn't get around to reading it till after. They're both very good, pretty true to one another. Um, it's just a really heartfelt high school movie, funny high school movie, um, about a girl who has cancer and this really awkward kid, um, and his friend who are their own little indie filmmakers become friends with this girl, kind of because the awkward friend Greg, his mom tells him to that you need to be friends with this girl. You guys used to be friends when you were little. She has cancer. Please be friends with her. And
Right.
he's
Right.
like, oh, okay, I guess. And then of course they end up being like really good friends by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's really good. I recommend it to anybody, really. Um, some some great casting as well. Nick Offerman plays Greg's dad, who's just a weirdo, like really cool weird dad
Mm-hmm.
who's into very eclectic things. And then John Berthenol's in it as well
Yep.
as the social studies teacher. That's a great one that I really recommend to anybody looking for something a little different as far as high school movies go. And because there's a lot of high school movies that are pretty similar in theme and whatnot. A lot of movies modeled after the Breakfast Club and those dynamics. So this is something different that is a lot of fun to watch, feels really fresh and original, and it still holds up. It's a really good movie. Lots of heart, lots of laughs. Um, and then, of course, one of my favorite movies of all time is Juno, Jason Reitman's Juno. I love that's just something that's always going to be in my top five favorite movies because of nostalgia and just, I don't know. When I was a kid, I watched it a lot and I just loved it and I still love it. Um, Another kind of indie vibe. Um, Elliot Page, Michael
Mm-hmm.
Cera, J.K. Simmons, and then what is the lady who plays the stepmom? She's a voice actress in a lot in Futurama and all kinds of stuff.
Allison Janney.
Allison Janney.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons is so great. Yeah.
It's
She's a
really well
natural fresher.
casted. And then you do have Jennifer Garner and you have Jason Bateman.
Yep.
Um, so it's a great
Jason Bateman
cast.
character, like,
Well, no,
he's such a
it's a
sleaze.
great cast, but
Yeah.
he's a sleazeball. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's kind of
not
a
you, Jason Bateman, but the character you played. You did the sleazeball thing to a T.
right. Um, Great movie. I don't have anything else to say about it besides just it's a favorite. It will always be a favorite of mine.
Mhm.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Nice.
It's another. These are all the ones I've kind of said so far are more not really comedy centric. They're
Yeah,
more heartfelt or dramatic or sort of
yeah.
serious. Especially Perks of Being a Wallflower has a heavy mental health
Hmm.
um, background to it. But it's also a super fun movie. I think it's set in the 80s. These are all movies too from like the 2000s and 2010s I've listed so far.
Hmm.
But I think Perks Being a Wallflower is set in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, with Emma Watson
Hmm.
and Logan Lerman
And it takes place in Pittsburgh, which I think
as
Me, Earl,
Miller.
and the Dying Girl. Is it the same writer?
I don't know
There's
about that. No, I don't think so.
well, I know they both take place in and around Pittsburgh.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Not the same writer though. I don't think.
yeah.
But that's a really good movie with lots of fun moments and nostalgic feel to it.
Hmm.
Great soundtrack. Come on, Eileen. I got really into that song just because of that movie, and it's such a great song. There's a whole iconic dance scene to it where
The
Emma
original
Watson.
version or the remake?
No, no, the original.
Okay.
version. Um, with Ezra Miller and Emma Watson, they have like a choreographed dance to it in the
Yeah.
movie that's really awesome.
There's a band called Save Ferris, and they're a ska band, and they do a cover of "Come On, Eileen."
Oh no, not that
Oh,
one.
it's great.
Not that one. The OG. Um, Booksmart, Olivia Wilde's
Ooh,
directorial debut.
good one.
Everybody says like the girl super bad kind of,
Hmm.
but it's much more than that too. It's a great directorial debut. Very, very fun. That one is a very fun comedy
Great
movie.
watch.
Another one about, the two main characters are both kind of tightly wound honor students,
Hmm.
and they assume everybody else around them are just like meatheads who didn't get into like Harvard and whatever like they did, but it turns out they were, even though they appeared to be, not AP honor students, they actually did get into like Stanford and
Okay.
Harvard and as well. And so they're the whole thing is like we were able to get into Stanford, but also have fun the whole time we were in high school too. And then they're kind of like, whoa, we could have had fun the whole time and we were just sitting in our room
Right.
studying. And
Right.
so they use like their last day, I think it is, to just, try
Wow.
to get into some trouble and go crazy after having that realization. So that's a super fun movie with the Run the Jewels song in it as well. Um, yeah, what else? I guess my honorable mentions for movies. Obviously, Mean Girls is a
Hmm.
classic. It's just iconic, timeless. You, it's a hard one to beat. I
A
know
lot of memes. A
it's
lot of
so
memes.
good, and
Yeah.
it is so good. It's a great movie. Um, Lady Bird, Greta
Mm.
Gerwig's. I believe that was her directorial debut. I think
Hmm.
with Saoirse Ronan. Great movie.
I didn't realize it was Greta Gerwig in the Arthur remake. Yeah, it was a remake of an 80s film. I actually really enjoyed it. It's got Jennifer Garner in it, but she plays the love interest in it. And I was like, oh my
Yeah, she's
gosh,
an act.
that's
She was
her.
an actress before
Yeah.
a director.
Yeah.
They're currently filming. I saw the first pictures today. Narnia. She's doing the Narnia remake.
Now, is
So,
that going to be a show or a movie?
ooh, good question. I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to say movies. Yeah, I think they're movies, but
Mm.
that's it. She also did Little Women, which is one of my favorite
Oh, yeah.
movies of all
You
time.
put me onto that.
Very, very good movie. So yeah, Mean Girls, Lady Bird, Heathers, of course. When I was in high school, I watched Heathers for the first time. I loved it. I love Winona Ryder. I will support everything and anything she does. I love, Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Girl Interrupted, everything she's in. Stranger Things. I would die for her. She's just the sweetest. So I mean, she's getting her flowers now more so, I feel like
Yeah.
after Stranger Things, but she should have been getting them
Yeah.
forever. And I love Winona Ryder.
Because she's had
So
a lot of great little roles like Mr. Deeds, a lot of stuff in there after the 90s that people forget, where
yeah,
it's like she's been around. It's not like she just disappeared.
yeah, she's just awesome. And super bad, of course. That's just a comedy classic, but also a high school classic with Michael Cera and Jonah Hill, McLovin. Nothing else to say about that. I'm sure everybody's seen super bad, but
What's McLovin's real name?
um, I don't
Christoph
know.
Christopher Mintz Plaus.
Okay.
It's something like that. I know I just butchered it, but I'm like, and he was great. And then in another kind of high school movie, Kick Ass.
Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Definitely
Yeah.
another honorable mention of mine. I love Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
That was a movie I really liked as a kid and I still love.
Yeah. Christopher Mintz Plaus. I think I actually said it right. Yep. McLovin.
Uh-huh.
McLovin. And of course, that was one of Aaron Taylor Johnson's first kind of
And
films, breakout
Kick-Ass,
film.
of
And then, of
course.
course, Chloe Grace
Moretz.
Moretz.
Wasn't it? Who's Big Daddy?
Oh, Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kick-Ass is another great one I love and I still want to
Yep. Mark
fling butterfly
Strong
knives.
is the dad to McLovin in that, and he's great. Mark Strong is another national treasure. All right.
So that's my move. I got a few shows. I don't know if you had any shows.
Well, before we get into the shows, let's take a little commercial break. and we'll be right back. I'm going to wrap up with some movies in terms of high school and college that are like rewatchable gems for me. Like if it's on TV, I'm going to rewatch it. You know, I don't want to get deep into it for every single one, or else this would be like a 3 or 4 hour episode, and we're not at Joe Rogan status, so I don't want to get all into it. So I'll let Jordan kind of go over some of her favorite shows, and then I'll just kind of rattle off high school and college movies from different decades that if it's on, I'm going to watch, and I highly suggest you should watch too.
Shows for me, my favorites, Abbott Elementary,
Mm.
Quinta Brunson's show that's on Hulu. So, so good. So wholesome. It's a very wholesome, it's your wholesome sitcom-y school show. It's Philly.
Yeah.
Takes place in Philly.
Yep.
Lots of Eagles references,
Go Birds.
Eagles cameos, Philly fan actor cameos. Just it's one of those wholesome comedies that or sitcoms that I feel like we don't we don't have a bunch of new ones that are
No.
like as good as they used to be. Like,
Mhm.
obviously Friends and New Girl, The Office, Parks and Rec. This one's definitely up there with that. And I'm really excited to see how far it goes. Hopefully it goes a couple seasons more at least, I'm hoping. The characters are just, they're all those, you love all of them for their own reasons, just like you do with your other
It's
beloved
like The Office.
sitcoms.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody has their own favorite. It's just one of those awesome ensemble casts.
Yeah. If you
Um,
like The Office and Parks and Rec, you will love Abbott Elementary.
yeah, and it's a little more PG than The Office
Yeah.
probably, and Parks and Rec,
Yeah.
but still, it's still
It's
super
a
funny.
great watch.
So I definitely recommend that on Hulu. And then I love Pen 15.
I knew you were going to say that.
Pen 15. I think it's another Hulu show.
Yeah, you're right. No, it is.
Created by and starring Maya Erskine and Anna Konkle. Just so funny, super weird, but super on par for what middle school is like, because to me, that is the most awkward school
It really
phase.
is.
It's like you don't know what you are, what you're doing,
You're
what your
going,
body's
you're
doing.
going through puberty.
You just don't know. You just don't know what is happening. And
And the funny thing is, just to let the audience know, if you never watched it, they play themselves as,
yes,
13-year-olds.
these women who created and star in the show are 30 something.
Yeah.
But throughout the show, they are in school alongside 13-year-old actors
Yep.
playing middle schoolers, appropriately aged.
Yeah.
And so it's hilarious. It's raunchy for sure. It's
Yeah.
not PG.
Definitely not.
I don't think it's rated R, but it's more than PG-13.
It's a strong PG-13.
It's like NC-17, I guess. It's super weird. Everybody's not gonna like it.
Yeah.
It gets really like if you're watching it with your family, there are moments where you're gonna feel awkward
Yeah.
or like, what the hell? But
Besides our family, because that's just a norm.
it's so good. It is so funny and original. If you want something different as far as school shows go, watch that. Because I mean, that alone, just think about they're 30 years old playing 13-year-olds.
Yes.
And they do it perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like it takes place, I don't remember if it's late 90s. I think it's late 90s.
Yeah, it's mid to late 90s.
Like maybe early.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it encapsulates that vibe perfectly of being, just the awkwardness. Just it's so good.
Yeah. If you enjoy South Park and Always Sunny in Philadelphia and want to like combine the two and make a middle school show, I feel like this would be the best way.
It's brutally just honest.
Yeah.
And it's very about the girl experience too.
Yes.
Obviously they show parts of like just being in middle school, but like yeah.
Yeah.
So I recommend it to anybody looking for something really different. It's hilarious. But again, people either love it or hate it because it's too much for them, or it's,
I'm glad you said that.
perfect.
Like middle school is really such a weird time.
It's weird. And another movie actually I want to add in is Eighth Grade. Bo, what's the comedian's name?
Bo Burnham?
Bo Burnham.
Bunham?
Bo Burnham's directorial debut. Eighth grade also does a perfect job of encapsulating what middle school is
Yeah.
like, how awkward and weird it is. It's also a little bit like pushes the edges of like certain experiences you might
Mhm.
have in middle school that feel kind of inappropriate or like, should I be experiencing this at this age?
Yeah.
It's really funny as well, awkward. It's very much catering to the 2000s middle schooler though. Like
Mhm.
that one, I could see the vibe and remember it.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think I've seen this one.
it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eighth grade's a hidden gem.
Is that a show or a movie?
No movie,
Movie. Okay.
but just playing off the awkwardness of Pen 15.
Yeah.
Eighth grade for sure, very reminiscent. And then the last couple, Freaks and Geeks, cult classic,
Woo!
got cut way too short
It was
because
so ahead of its time.
it was like one of the OG cult classic
Yeah.
shows where, God forbid, teenagers be portraying teenagers.
Yeah. And it was
Whatever.
before like comic book movies really came into effect and like nerd culture was
Yeah.
more
I mean, it got
acceptable.
shut down primarily because of, you know, parents being like, we
Yeah.
don't want our kids to be influenced by this, but
Yeah.
little do you know, they're in high school. They're probably experiencing similar things or around very similar
Yeah.
people.
I'm so
But
old that my original high school had its own smoking section.
exactly. Um, and then Glee, you know, not for everybody, but I've always loved Glee. Uh, it is just a great cast.
Okay.
Jane Lynch, it's
Oh, she's
hilarious.
the
You
best.
would love Glee just for Jane
I
Lynch.
love her.
She is hilarious. She says wildly inappropriate things that probably would not
She
fly.
normally does in everything she's in.
So
Jane
good.
Lynch, we love you.
It's a very diverse cast as well.
Yeah.
Very diverse cast. Um, the music's great. That obviously they're great performers,
Hmm.
great singers,
Hmm.
amazing talent in that show. It's super funny. Even if I don't like music, I'm not a musicals person,
Yeah.
and I still love the show somehow, even though they're singing a lot.
Hmm.
It's it's a good just binge show. If you want like a long show to binge that. And then my last mention, MTV's Awkward. I remember my mom and I watched that, and it was a good show.
I don't remember that at all.
Awkward.
What's it about?
About a girl in high school who was awkward, and you know, I don't know. I don't really. I just remember liking it when it was out.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very MTV vibe. I don't know how to explain it. When
Okay.
MTV made a couple decent shows, you know.
Okay. Okay. That's a great list. That's a great list. For mine, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of rattle off ones. If they're on TV, I'm gonna watch them. Or if I'm streaming, if there's an app, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. Jordan already covered a few of my favorites, and I'm gonna start new and I'm gonna go backwards. So I didn't do anything in the 2020s because I feel like we really haven't had that many good ones. So 2010s, I gotta say, Neighbors and Neighbors 2 are hysterical with the fraternity, and then on the
Mhm.
second one you have the sorority. Zach
Efron.
Efron, I think, is a comedic genius, and of course Dave Franco, my favorite Franco, Seth Rogen, and all that. The Social Network, I think,
Oh.
is a fantastic college movie, but also just a fantastic movie as well. 21 and 22
If
Jump
you want to
Street.
punch Jesse Eisenberg in the face,
Yes,
well,
yes,
the Social Network.
exactly. Yeah,
It's an
the
incredible movie.
story, and I mean, I'm glad they're making a sequel, and the
Oh
sequel
yeah, I forgot about
has to
that.
do more with like the social impact that Facebook has had across the world. But I mean, it was really good to just kind of see how it all came about and how it started in Harvard and over him being dissed by his girlfriend. Then they did like the face swap app or whatever the
Andrew
hell. And
Garfield has an awesome
Andrew
performance.
Garfield is great. You know, that was really his breakout role right before he went on to do the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, just a phenomenal cast. Justin Timberlake is great. Well written, well directed. The score is fantastic. Of course, you got Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. So I'm really excited. We already mentioned on the last episode, Tron Ares is actually Nine Inch Nails. So you have Trent Reznor and the whole band on there. 21 and 22 Jump Street, I think, are both hilarious. Project X is
Oh
a
yeah.
favorite of mine, especially the, what do you call it? The when you're like that visualization when you're filming it.
The POV
Yeah, like
or
the POV angle that the movie takes on
mm-hmm.
this ultimate party, like the party to end all parties, pretty much. I saw it in theaters, absolutely love it. The soundtrack's amazing. That was when I first heard the Pursuit of Happiness remix done by good old Steve Aoki. So great soundtrack, great movie. It Follows is definitely a high school film.
Oh, that's a good one. That's one of my favorite horror movies.
Yep.
So I got to put that up
And then
there.
we have what I think the sequel is going to be called It Ends.
I think it's called They Follow.
Well, either
Or
It Ends or They Follow. It
unless it
Follows,
changed.
definitely a high school
Mhm.
movie. And then Dope. Dope is another good one
Oh,
that came out in the
Dope is a
2010s.
good one. That's a hidden gem.
Yeah, they had 2010s had some bangers out there.
Got Blake from Workaholics
Oh yeah,
in it.
good old Blake. Um 2000s, I feel like 2000s we got more college movies, and I feel like just because between the 80s and 90s Hollywood was like, okay, we need some more college stuff out there. We've done the high school thing, the John Hughes era, all that stuff. So I definitely feel that the 2000s was more on the college side. So of course we had Van Wilder, 2002, really Ryan Reynolds breakout party. For if you want more of a messed up college experience, Rules of Attraction with James Vanderbeek is wild and not great, not for the faint of heart. There's some themes in there that are not fantastic, and honestly, the first 10 minutes of the movie sets the tone for the rest of it. Really similar, eerily similar to Requiem for a Dream, which is
Oh
another
God.
just 21, based on a true story about college kids that go to Vegas on the weekends to count cards. I will always watch it when it's on. I feel like it's amazing. Old school. This was really Will Ferrell's breakout party before he came out with Elf. You got Vince Vaughn and then not Owen, but Luke Wilson in it. Old school is definitely one of my favorites. How High with Method Man and Redman, comedy classic. And then Drumline with good
Mm.
old Nick Cannon. So those are the college ones. High school wise, you already said Juno. The only two that you did mention that I love, Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
Still to this
Love
day
Napoleon Dynamite.
hysterical. And it's just the subtle little things on there,
Throw
like even
football over
like
them
the
girls.
La Fonda. I bet you I can throw a football over them. Like before we had memes and gifs,
It was
we
Napoleon
were we were
Dynamite.
quoting old school and Napoleon Dynamite and Anchorman. That's what we had
Yeah.
before memes and gifs, and especially Napoleon Dynamite. Final Destination 1 is definitely a high school movie
Mm-hmm.
and set the
Yeah.
tone for the rest of the Final Destinations. And I got to say, Friday Night Lights, the movie, amazing. Amazing. Obviously led to the TV show, which I never really got into, but the movie's great. Billy Bob Thornton plays the head coach. True story about the Odessa football team. And then just real quick on the 90s, rewatchability. And these, majority of these are on Netflix right now. Dazed and Confused. If it's on, I'm watching it. I can't turn my head. Absolutely love it. I know it takes place in the 70s. It came out in the 90s, which is weird because if it came out now, we would be talking about a movie that's based in like 2005, which is just crazy to think about. But,
Mhm.
Matthew McConaughey, Ben Affleck, the guy from Yellowstone, again, I apologize if I don't know all the names, but always a great film. Scream, 90s classic in
Mm.
high school. American Pie, yeah, it's a little bit controversial nowadays, but it was a great high school movie back then. Varsity Blues, just watched it on Netflix the other day. Still great. Election with Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon is a very hidden gem, as well as Rushmore. Rushmore is a great film. One of my favorite Wes Anderson films. This is early Wes Anderson. Some of his latest stuff I'm not really been crazy about.
Meh.
I think the last thing I really loved by him was Isle of Dogs. And
Yeah.
honestly, I could watch that movie over and over again. But that's for our pet episode, which we need to do one of those.
Yeah.
And in terms of college movies in the 90s, just to wrap it up real quick, Higher Learning, super deep movie. John Singleton shows about not just racism, but just college life in general. Rudy, all time classic. The Program, more about college football and what it takes to make it. And The Waterboy. So those are ones that I will always watch anytime that they're on. And yeah, I think that's it. Anything else?
I don't think so. Does Weapons count as a school movie? Because I love
It's
it.
an elementary school movie. So
Weapons.
yeah, be sure to check out our 2025 recap as well as fall and winter preview episode where we do a nice little short review of Weapons. Just saw it. It is wild, y'all. It's just go watch it. That's all I say. If you've not watched it yet, be sure to go watch it.
Yes.
So again, big thank you to Fox 8, all of our incredible sponsors out there. Of course, Sailfish Comics, Golden Ticket Cinemas, Cut the Music Prince. Be sure to follow us on Facebook as well as our website for all of our game nights, trivia nights, family feud, and events. And on behalf of Baby Knife, this is your boy El Nino, and we'll see you next time.